like a tanning booth. Like I just like lamplighting.
That would also kind of be like this orange color, because I feel like this would be the orange color that they would choose for a tanning salon.
Yeah, that's why Laura picked it.
Yeah, I did, because I was like, I'm going to move out, and then Ray's probably going to turn this house into a tanning salon, so I might as well just paint the walls orange now.
The kitchen's the cell phone part of the store.
She painted it orange in tribute to our commander-in-chief.
That is not true.
She was like, she went to Home Depot and she was like, "Do you guys have Cheetos orange?"
I loved orange long before he was even a figment of America's imagination.
Is it possible that he could ruin orange for you?
No, obviously. No. Fuck you. Orange came first.
I don't think you're dedicated to this resistance.
What about his cool tweet that he had? Did you see it?
Yeah. Yeah. That makes me feel like really good. Really good about
the one
America.
about he called Kim Jong-un fat or something. Or
he said he would never call him
he would never call him fat, yeah.
And then he wrote, "Talk to the hand," or he might as well have.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
He was like, hashtag burn.
He had a hand emoji and then an eggplant, 2 eggplants, which means he had a big boner.
two eggplants in the
Did you know that, Laura? That's
raindrops.
a pop culture thing you might not have known. Eggplant emoji means boner.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And if you do eggplant emoji followed by like the raindrops, that means you just came.
Oh. I was thinking 2 eggplants would be like 2 really big droopy boobs. No?
No.
It could be. What is a boob emoji? I don't know when we have a boob emoji.
I don't know. I usually, if I want to
just send me a picture of your actual boobs.
I think it's, I think that's what the boob emoji is. If I need to do boobs.
I said we, and I'm talking to you like you've ever said that.
I like how you turned right to Alex. Like, well, Alex is probably
I'm very well versed in boob emojis. If I ever need to send boobs, all I do is like, open parenthesis, period, closed parenthesis, open parenthesis, period, closed parenthesis.
That is way more dedication to boobs than I have on my phone, because I have never, when I have to send somebody boobs, that's never come out of my mouth before. And you just said that, like, when sometimes you need to talk about boobs in picture form on your phone.
I mean, every now and then, you just got to send somebody some boobs.
No.
Zach, at one of your guys' shows one time, Zach Stein, our friend out in California, he was going up on stage and he left his phone with another comic, and me and her, we took the first text chain and started sending them dick pics. On Zach's phone.
Did he have
pictures of whose dick?
No, not his. We couldn't find any pictures of his dick. We just started finding random dicks on the internet and just sending them to that first chain.
That's even worse. It's not even personal.
A female comic? Did you send it? Was it a female person you were sending?
It was a female comic.
But who were you sending it to?
Oh, I don't know. It was just whoever was the last person that he was texting with got the dick pics.
Yeah, his grandma and their family members about their grandpa's funeral.
That sounds like sexual assault, if you ask me.
Speaking of sexual assault, big bombshells this week that we should probably talk about here, you guys. Very big news. Very disappointing. I know one of our big heroes has been hit with sexual abuse allegations. So let's talk about George Takei.
What did he do?
I don't even know. I just know that somebody came out and said that he, harassed them or something. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I didn't read the story.
I didn't
I can't keep up with all this sexual abuse.
I did, because it's gay related, see it, but I didn't. I'm just so exhausted by it all. I'm like, I'm not even looking into this. So I don't even know if it's a verified report or anything like that.
that just was like what gay men did. Seriously, because we did that show. Mm-hmm. That was at a theater next to a gay bar.
Yeah.
And there was no booze there, so we had to go to the gay bar to get drinks. I was harassed every fucking time I went there to get a drink by several people.
Yeah, and it made you feel good, didn't it?
Yeah, I was just like, no thank you. I appreciate it, but no thank you.
They didn't even look at me at all. They were like, why is there a little...
Well, because it was the middle of a gay foam party. That's
really
why.
was. It was the first time I've ever seen a foam party. And all I could think was, there's got to be E. coli in here somewhere. This is not...
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt.
There's got to be some listeria or something happening in this foam.
There's no doubt there's some kind of disease in there.
We're like, like Kevin Spacey grabbed my penis. I'm like, that's...
Well, but he was a kid, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's clarify. Kevin Spacey was not a kid.
No, Kevin Spacey was not a kid.
The accuser was a kid.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's all fun. That's pretty good news.
I think, I know I've talked to Alex about this before with the, conspiracy theories with the pedophile rings. Do you think eventually this is just gonna fucking blow the lid off of all that? It's just gonna keep going. It's already starting to a little bit, like with Kevin Spacey, the senator from Alabama.
It's definitely
underage girls.
It's definitely starting to crack. I don't think it'll ever blow the lid off of it like all the way to the top.
Yeah,
I think it'll just blow the lid off of it enough so that it's not as bad anymore, and then it'll just start gaining steam again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's somebody commented on something that I put up today about I put up some like dumb gun control post, and somebody commented on it, and they were like, it was Justin McLeod, our comic friend. He's like, basically his comment was like, yeah, everybody should have guns because when there's going to be a revolution. And I was like, there's not going to be a revolution. It's going to be a total collapse of society. Like, that's the only way to beat that. They're just too far ahead. All right, we're recording and we're back because we had some technical difficulties.
We're doing it over because Laura wouldn't stop
singing arias. I sung 3 or 4 beautiful operatic pieces. We can't
get the rights.
Yeah,
so that's why.
Apparently we have music licensing issues, and so those beautiful From My Heart performances are gone. And I'm sorry, America. However, we do have just tremendous banter back and forth to share with you over the course of these next who knows how many minutes. Don't worry about it. Time is an artificial construct.
Yeah, we have a low battery and no charger, so this podcast just may stop.
We cannot afford to have another technical difficulty because it might just die.
We'll just post fragments of 4 starts.
That'll be all right because like I had a great George Takei joke in that first 10 minutes.
It was pretty great.
Kind of disappointed that it's gone now.
Yeah.
It was. I especially liked that it was in limerick form.
It was a haiku.
That's my that's my new thing. I'm gonna be the haiku comedian now.
There once was a guy named Takai who liked to touch the wieners of younger guys.
Ooh. Although we don't know, none of us read the story, so we don't know if it was a younger guy. Actually,
haikus don't have to rhyme, do they? It's
just the first 2 lines and the last line. Well,
oh, do they?
Yes, like the one my mother taught me. There once was a man from Kankakee whose testicles were made out of glass. When he rubbed them together, they made stormy weather, and lightning came out of his ass. So the first 2 lines, the last line. Those ones rhyme, and then so that's the formula.
Does your mom have more of those?
That's literally like the dirtiest thing she's ever said to me, and she said it to me when I was in elementary school.
Literally all my mom says. It's dirty.
She actually, to be fair, she sung it to me, but I don't want to. The whole rights thing, you guys, we got to be careful with that. But it did have like a little lilt to it. She would sing it. I mean, looking back, I'm like, why would my mom had never says dirty things. Like, why did she teach that to me?
The Man from Nantucket. Is that a haiku?
There once was a man from Nantucket.
That's a limerick, right?
Is it?
Mm-hmm. And you could, it's a limerick.
It's the second line. Let's see if we all heard the same one. The one that I heard in elementary school was, there once was a man from Nantucket who had a dick so long he could suck it. Is that it? Is that the one you...
That just seemed like a really likely place for it to go. I was thinking something like, who something's with his dick in a bucket. So, there's versatility here. I mean, that's kind of why they've stood the test of time.
We should punch these old limericks up.
Yeah, we should.
We totally should.
Make them funnier. A little more.
If you guys have an old limerick that you need punched up, please leave it in the comments on whatever you're listening to.
Call in and tell it.
Yeah,
tell it to us.
Call in, callers.
Mike,
it's 588-2300 Empire.
No.
We should make a Google Voice number.
You just want to make a Google Voice number for something.
Be careful. If you call the Google Voice number, I think Alex sends the police.
I've actually been looking for a job, and so I got my resume up on Indeed. So I'll be getting like phone calls from recruiters like, oh, I saw your resume, and like I got one for something that I don't even do. It was like a hospital job. And the girl was like, she's like, I know you don't have any hospital experience, but we're recruiting like everybody for this job. if you give me a call back, and it was a weird area code. So I looked up the area code and it was for Alabama. So then I called the number and it was like the Google Voice number you're trying to reach. And I was like, this is Alex trying to trick me. Immediately when I thought.
He's trying to trick you into relocating to Alabama.
A lady look at my resume on Indeed. Then he made a Google Voice number for me to call back to.
Nice.
He knows how much I want to work in a hospital.
That sounds great.
I was like,
Ray wants to work in a failing hospital so that when it fails, his spirit just stays and haunts the hallways.
Yeah, it'd be like a mental institution.
That's like Ray's Make-A-Wish.
He's like, I am going to die with this hospital.
Do you guys want to talk about sexual harassment?
Yeah, we can go back.
Now, what Louis did, would that be considered harassment or assault?
I would consider it whatever the woman considered it, quite honestly. However the woman felt in a situation where his dick was out in front of her, whatever she calls it, I'll fucking take that because she's the one who had to endure it. So I do think probably some women were more upset by it than others, but I promise you none of them were like, finally, we get to see this guy's wrinkly red-haired dick. Yeah. Can't wait. Like, there was no one who was like, this is my dream come true.
Yeah, you would think that would be like someone who was into that would be really attractive. Like, I need people to see me.
Usually not.
What is so
usually the
Alex says as the one here who would know the most about those who whip their dicks out unannounced, I should presume.
Yeah, I mean, to my, good fortune, those are the people that I'm probably attracted to. So if I were...
So if Louis was like, can I masturbate in front of you? You just fucking rub your hands together like you fucking salivating hungry cartoon?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably just... Yeah, it would be a good time to me. But I can understand how other people would not, welcome that. Because...
Oh, that's good of you.
Louis is not what we in the mainstream consider to be attractive.
True, but honestly, who the fuck cares if he looks like the most attractive person you've ever seen? Right, if he whips his dick out when you have not asked for that, and when you're in a position where like he's either your boss or at least could heavily influence your career. Ugh, I mean, just the weight of that alone is just so. Honestly, one thing I've been thinking about more than anything since this whole thing came forward is how lucky I am that I'm so fucking gay. Like, honestly, because I haven't experienced this nearly the extent of pretty much every other woman in my life. Every woman I know has endured this to levels that I find just jaw-dropping. Like, not even just like, oh yeah, a guy said something gross to me once. I mean, that's not what we're talking about. Like, on the daily, like, horrible shit. So I'm like, I'm really lucky, because I do think a lot of times guys look at me and they're either afraid because they're afraid of real lesbians, but also the sense of like, she's too far gone, it's not even worth it. Like,
she's past the point of no return.
She doesn't even shave her legs. Like, we can't touch that. There's nothing we can do about this. And so I do think in some respects, I think even in the terms of like when Ray and I started doing the podcast, like, guys would message Ray all the time about getting a spot, but those same people would not send me a message. And I'm not saying I wanted them to. I don't really care. But I do wonder if part of that isn't because there was a little bit of like, they were more nervous to talk to me than they were to Ray.
It's because those guys know that they have a better chance of fucking Ray than they do you.
You might be right. That might be right.
I'm into it.
Oh, Ray's into it, you guys. So
again,
if you want a spot on our show,
now what happens if it happens again? We don't have any more.
If it happens again, we're to everyone, so you know what happened. One of our microphones just spontaneously combusted. It is on fire, but we have 3 microphones. But if that happens again, I think what we're going to have to do is just huddle around like a campfire, like huddle around the one microphone.
You know what? Maybe this whole like Glory Friends like title thing, and thinking it's funny, people might think it's a religious podcast. Maybe it's God shutting down the 2 gay people's microphones.